the conversation came up, what is more important to have, melanin or sulfur? This is just a thought that came on my head. Then the first thing I thought about was how much this sulfur costs per ton? $70. Then I said, just using strategy, just using my mind, how much does melanin cost per ton? It couldn't be evaluated. AI gave a source, well, in the millions. So melanin, right, which is normally formed through photosynthesis from the sun, from the carbon in the plants, melanin, right? This is produced in fruit, COOH. That's produced in fruit. Neuromelanin, that's produced with high amounts of oxygen, which is why you should always be outside. You should not be in a house. And now it's winter, and if you didn't go outside during the summer months in 2025, you're dealing with a lot of mental issues right now. I know you're going through it. So you need oxygen and you need photosynthesis, which is COOH. Now, this is a study. This is just a study about melanin. Now, I'm going to read this, okay? Melanogenic fungi can be isolated and cultured successfully on synthetic substrates. So not only can you get melanin naturally, but you can also get it synthetically, which is another survival scape if you don't have what? O positive or O negative blood. Which is why if you are from the continent of Africa, right, you're naturally going to have different variations of blood types. Now let's go to here. Addition of melanin precursor compounds and metal ion induces promotes the scale up of production of natural melanin, which means it gets along with this with every environment. So if you have copper, you have sulfur, you have gold, you have palladium, you have all these type of metals, right? It helps melanin induce, which means you'll get better sleep if you have copper wiring in your home. Now, how does God say, we'll do that for you so you can benefit from it, right? He had you in mind when he made you. A promising approach for increasing melanin yield involves optimizing fermentation conditions and manipulating genes involved in melanin synthesis via bioengineering technology. So this means the food that we eat, right? Not only is it making us sick, but it's helping us. So they have food out here that's causing high obesity retention in people. And if you're someone like, this is notorious, and this is what I like to equate this with, right? You know how our young people, they like to eat sweets a lot and stuff like that. They have a better chance of survival of eating that stuff. Some of our people they're cannibalistic, right? They eat chicken, they eat beef, they eat shrimp, seafood, sea creatures and all that, fish, poultry, all of that, right? They have a high chance of being able to metabolate that stuff because they have melanin in their skin. In recent years, there has been a surge of extensive research efforts devoted to elucidate structural properties of melanin, accompanied by the discovery of a plethora of novel regulatory factors associated with melanin synthesis in fungi. So not only do humans carry melanin, fungus carry melanin. This is why they say when you eat mushrooms, or if you drink mushroom coffee, right, what happens? It starts to heal diseases that's in you naturally. These groundbreaking discoveries have unquestionably advanced our understanding of the complex structure of natural melanin as well as the intricate regulatory network that governs melanin production in fungi. So they found a new discovery in how melanin works. So once you open up one door about the production of melanin and how it helps through fermentation processes, you start to open up other doors. Then you start to see, oh, so horses, they have a lot of melanin, so they're actually human. Yeah, they have eyes, so they are human. Oh, so monkeys are also human. Yeah, they also are human. They're indigenous to Western Africa. So you have all these animals, right, that are being classified as animals, right? They're not in their natural environment. They're probably being held in zoos or on unnatural inhabited land. They're all basically human. They're different forms of human. Monkeys, caterpillars, butterflies. So I want people to understand something. When people start to say things like, oh, you have melanin, so you're naturally, you're something's wrong with you, or you're somehow littler than me, right? That's not true. That's not true at all. $70 for a ton of sulfur. So this must means that melanin produces sulfur. It's not widely needed. $70 for a ton of sulfur. And don't get me wrong, right? Sulfur, it helps because if you put sulfur in the soil, right, what does it do? It fermentates in the ground. So it works with other organisms that help the plant grow. But by a stretch though, you're not I'm becoming because you have melanin. That's not it. I know a lot of people try to make it seem that way, but that's not true at all. That's not true at all. Melanin is a natural healer. It's a natural healer. That's why you should always be in warm climates. You should always be in the sun. And you should never go without sun or go without anything that produces vitamin D and vitamin E, because those are two natural occurring compounds that help flourish the melanin and help shape the melanin and help ground the melanin. Vitamin E, vitamin D, vitamin C, vitamin B, vitamin A, vitamin K. You need those things in order to help your melanin. Chlorophyll, it produces all those naturally. But they'll tell you, oh, it doesn't. Oh, it just, you don't really need melanin to survive. I'm telling you now, in the next 100 years, you're going to start to see the population go back to where it was originally at billions of years ago. You're going to start to see that. You're going to see China population start to decline. You're going to see people have less children, right? The environment is already trying to heat up. And through the natural process of the sun, which nobody can find. Nobody can walk towards the sun. Nobody can find the sun. All they can see is this shining at a distance. They don't know if it's a small atom. They don't know if it's the actual size of what it occurs in the clouds. They don't know. They don't know. The sun could be a piece of salt grain. It could be something that's just sitting somewhere and it's causing a lot of shine, and somebody can just, if they walk over, if they going somewhere or something like that, and they just happen to step on it, everything could just go to darkness. You know what I mean? No one can find out why the sun is shining the way it does and why it rotates at the speed that it does every morning, every night, and every dawn. So again, read this article, man, and understand the importance of not only melanin, but sulfur, and understand the higher importance of melanin because you have to protect what's your power. Great peace, Yakoki.